Greetings, all our precious viewers. For where you view this program, welcome. We say thanks. We want to say thanks to all our athletes who represented Guyana. You did us proud. I want to say it again. You did us proud. This is just the beginning of good things to come. Continue the good works. Thanks. No, because we value and appreciate you, we want to encourage you to focus on your life. Three very important questions we must ask ourselves. Who am I? What am I doing here? And where would I spend eternity? You know, life is like a gift. Value it. It's a trial. Enjoy it. It's a journey. Complete it. It's a test. Pass it. It's a task. Fulfill it. It's an opportunity. Use it. It's a moment. Enjoy it. And it's a mission. Accomplish it. You that are viewing this program right now, we want you to know that you're valuable, precious, and you're priceless. We want to remind you also that God loves you and we love you. You're in tune with choices. Bless you, and God bless beautiful Guyana. Thank you, and again, a hearty welcome to all of you.
You know, hardships could only propel us to our destiny, propel us to a position that God has really designed for us. And so sometimes we must never despise the difficult situations or difficult circumstances, because out of those circumstances, good can emerge. We want to focus particularly on persons who are gifted and may not have been able to really fulfill their potential and maximize the gift that is in every person. And so we want to say from the inception that everyone, and I think we posited that last week, everyone is born gifted. I think what is important is for us to recognize that gift and cultivate it, feed the gift so that we could fulfill, so that individuals or persons could fulfill their potential. You know, I had an opportunity to actually deliver some remarks at a school where the students are what we describe as special needs students, and it was amazing to see the kind of presentation that they were able to make in the form of an acrostic and give you the meanings of words, it was real heart heart pleasing to see how they function there. And so that speaks to the whole notion that notwithstanding your present situation, you might be dyslexic, dysgraphic, you might have polio or some kind of condition that might be working against you, but that doesn't mean that the gifting cannot be cultivated and realized in children. And so we're thinking seriously about reopening schools because students would have lost tremendous time out of the classroom, learning loss, we call it. The students were locked away. They were not able to really interface and interact with teachers and their colleagues so that learning could be more effective. And think about those children, they're gifted too, but they have not been able to cultivate and to feed that gift for over a year now, year and months going on. And so it is important that we ensure that we do everything that is possible to keep our children, have our children in school and have them kept in school so that they could fulfill their potential or the gift that they have inside of them. Some of them might be writers. Some of them might be sportsmen and women. You know, they might be steep in athletics, cricket, boxing, whatever is the sport. But the fact remains that if they're locked away from an institution or institutions that could help cultivate those gifts, we will find that they could be hindered. And so some of them might be steeped in technology and understand these things, but they've been away from school. And so we want to really support those persons who would have done well, like our Olympians, and to say to those who are coming through that the world, my father used to say, all the world awaits you. And so we want to say to those who are responsible for moving this process forward, to recognize that every child, every person is born gifted, and let us cultivate and have those children gifts be fed so that they could fulfill their potential. Gentlemen.
When I was a university student a long time ago, and as a result of that, I had an opportunity. We had an opportunity to experience national service. I think, yeah, national service. I remember during that training, that 1 year exercise, we were given weapons, and we were taught how to treat the weapons properly, rifles, and then you had to shoot them when they felt that you were sufficiently familiar and competent with the weapon, and you were given an opportunity to lie. I think, if I remember correctly, the rifle was an SLR, self-loading rifle, something like that. So you would lie, and then you would kneel, and then you would stand, and there was a target some distance off. Can't remember what it was, but every boy, I imagine, enjoyed that moment, and it was quite a moment. But I would never forget the instruction of the particular coach or that senior rank who was watching over me. He said, safety first, safety during, safety after. And he drilled that into, I think they drilled it into our heads corporately, and they drilled it into my head individually. So safety, as we contemplate what we just heard about our children, is absolutely necessary for us to give them an opportunity to continue the natural growth of learning and development. But we have to have safety at the beginning, safety during, safety after. So parents, you are in the vanguard of protecting your children. In all the different moves, safety, we have to remember that kind of advice that was given to me, and I'm passing this on. Safety must be I think there are 3 or 4 military men who could do a better job. I just remembered safety. Safety, 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 because our children are our greatest assets. And we want to see them excel not only academically, but won't it be a brilliant thing to watch our children excel academically and excel also on a podium, like something like the Olympics. I am looking forward to such a moment when a boy or a girl from La Cabo or from Sanford or from Lodge could stand. Man, I hope it's not too late. I want to stand with my own feet and celebrate, whether it's a gold or silver. I prefer gold, but whichever medal they win, I would be happy to celebrate that.
Even from Ben Street, even from Ben Street. Right now, I'm thinking about the same Olympic 2020 as keyboard, a young girl from Brazil who is 13 years old on that keyboard. If you see the action, man, like tell you, was something else watching at her, 13 years old. And when she finished, she got a silver medal. And,
wow.
it was celebration. She giving her mother, she praising her father, she praising her mother, thanking them for helping her through this type of the struggle with the virus, Brazil with Corona, and but this girl, she pressed forward, and was a wonderful day for Brazil to win the silver on that ski board. The parents, and they show you on the big screen, the parents are celebrating her, man, and she just waving and kissing her hand to her parents and giving them praise and thanks. Oh my, you could imagine we have somebody here who's 12 years old and could make us proud, make Guyana proud in winning medals. One of these days, Bish, one of these days.
No, but we had a 15-year-old, Limar? We had a 15-year-old?
Yes, Bishop, and it was Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie who said, she talked about the dangers of a single story, and he said was that a single story is not necessarily untrue, but it's incomplete. But I know we had a lot of controversy and what's not surrounding our Olympians, but I just want to give the complete story. Bishop would have pointed out that young Alika Prasad, she's 15 years old. And not only did she achieve 27.76 in her 50-meter freestyle, but she's the first woman to do so at 15 years old. I mean, we have to celebrate her. We share an alma mater at St. Joseph High School, and this young woman is truly remarkable. I can't fathom that achievement is beyond my imagination. At 15, she's only 5 years off the youngest ever Olympian, 2 or 3 years off the current youngest Olympian at this Olympic. I mean, we have to appreciate her, along with the likes of Chelsea Edghill, one of the top women table tennis players in the world. Chelsea Edghill. Guyana has the ability. We have the talent. We can't just focus on the negatives and what's not. We have the positives to build on. Chelsea is the top in the Caribbean. She can go further and be the top in the world. She defeated that girl in the first round from Fiji with ease. And you can hear, I celebrated, I shouted. I almost got put out by my family because I was making so much noise. Come on, we can build on this. We can build on this. I mean, they're breaking more than glass ceilings. They're achieving the remarkable. As a young person, I'm looking at them. You see how many young women are looking at them and saying, if Chelsea can do this, if Alika Prasad can do this, then I can do this. We want to build and to promote our young women. Look at the accomplishments of Chelsea and Alika and the Abrams sisters. Come on, Guyana got talent. We need to support.
How can we recognize them further? How can we? I mean, it's quite an achievement. They didn't win, as far as I know, an Olympic medal, but just being an Olympian is quite an achievement.
Being an Olympian is an achievement indeed, and borrowing from, and we can build on what I see some of our Caribbean countries have done. They have set up billboards and they welcome them and said, we celebrate you. And one Caribbean island, I don't know they won a medal, but I know they have done that. So why can't we? We surely can. And I pray we wake up quickly, and we still have time, and we will get it done. It is possible. Say thank you. You've always reminded us, Bishop, it is always a good thing to say thanks. And haven't we felt proud? Of course I felt proud. We didn't win a medal, but oh boy, I was so glad to fly that Guyanese flag. You know, it is Genesis, way back Genesis 1, where God formed man, then filled man, and then released man to function. And many times we lose sight of that God has formed us, filled us, not to fold our hands, but to function and function effectively and to excel at the very top of our game. You know, I think it is Megan Tapper is her name. She won the first gold medal in the 100 meters hurdles for Jamaica.
I
She
don't
got
think it was a
third.
goal. I don't think it was a goal, was it,
No,
Limar?
she got the bronze. So she won the bronze. I think it's a bronze. She said something that captured my mind. I just can't get it erased. She said, I am only 5'1", and I've made it. I am only 5'1", according to stats, according to coaching, according to everything. She should not be there standing on the podium. She should not. She seemed to have everything against her to win that event. But God formed her, filled her, and released her to function, and she did well. I'm sure we have people like that around us.
I also believe, Bishop, you were talking about how we can honor them, our athletes. And I think we need to find a way to inculcate these experiences in this school curriculum. Let it be a point of discussion in the sciences as it relates to their nutrition. Let it be a part of the textbooks. Let it be a part of the comprehension that the children have to write in schools. Let their stories be replicated over and over again. And I believe as they become, like, as we say, a household name in the schools, children will not only be motivated, but they will be known, they will have a track record, and the children will be motivated to do even further. So I believe targeting the school system, the curriculum, where our educators, our caregivers come together and inculcate our textbooks, and our sciences, our social studies, even our mathematics, our English. So the children from an early age will be able to be motivated and to do even better.
I believe the success of any athlete at the Olympic level and any international level is dependent on two critical factors: science and systems. These athletes who compete at this level and win and medal, they don't just wake up one morning and go and run. They go through a process. They have persons, there's a system that surrounds them, that supports them, whether it's the nutritionist, the physiotherapist, for a track athlete, it might be the start coach, it could be the gym coach, the fitness coach. There are different components that fit together into this system. And these components bring together the science. There's a study, there's a discipline, there's a respect and regard for experts in the field. And once we marry all of these components together, we see the fruit of success, of a gold medal, of medals, of first-time medals. And so it's important for young people out there to understand we have what it takes. You and I may have what it takes. And what it takes is not just a determination of self-will, but a support system. And so if you're able to support an athlete in some way, do so. Once you believe in the athlete, go right ahead. Guyana has what it takes in terms of the human resource. We need the science and the systems, and very soon, I believe, we will hear the national anthem at the Olympic level.
I will take that as a prophetic word very soon. I love that. You have lifted my spirit as a young man. And with my gray hair, I'm looking forward to standing and singing that national anthem. But I think it's something we can do. Well said. We need the support and we need the system. And we need to be able to protect and to value these children that we have. We need to encourage them. We need to create the enabling environment around them. We need to ensure, that they are not left behind in any way. And I really appreciate what is being done for their emotional growth and development, and what is being done to ensure that they can eat and they can do sports. I am particularly touched by the young Jamaican athlete who did the hurdles. I think this is the first time we actually medaled in the region in that particular event. And she had everything against her. She's what? 5'1", which is just a tad above the hurdles. And so her coach didn't recommend that she should compete at this event at the premier, the peak sport. And she did it. And look how effortless. I mean, she almost looked like a ballerina with her feet extended just over those hurdles with such symmetry and with blinding speed. And before you knew it, I mean, that race was over in a flash. And her country and all of us who understood what she did celebrated. And they may say, you can't run well. They may say you can't swim well. They may say that we don't have a tradition of fencing in this country. We don't have this, we don't have that. And well, we have you. And each one of you were fearfully and wonderfully made. And we want you to know that. And you can compete in any arena. And we are speaking to our young people, to our children, and excel. And we pray by the grace of God. As adults, we will watch to create an enabling environment. Look at the joy these young men and women from around the world brought to the world in a pandemic. And I'm happy that we had Guyanese showcasing their talent. No, we don't have a medal, but I think some recognition, particularly something should be done to recognize.
There's another reason why I agree with you that we should celebrate these athletes, our athletes, not these athletes, our athletes. There's another medal table. I'm not sure everyone is aware of it. It's called the alternate medal table. They calculate the value of a medal, not gold or silver or bronze, of a medal. Once you medal, of course, the larger countries are expected to get the most medal. Why? Because they have a larger talent pool, they have a larger GDP to work with, they have a larger population. So of course, they're expected to medal. But the alternate medal table measures the value of a medal, any medal. So for Rio 2016, Grenada won 1 medal. I wouldn't tell you the color. Grenada won 1 medal out of over 200 countries. And Grenada, with that 1 medal, was ranked as the highest earning country to win a medal. Why? Because of the GDP size, their medal, that 1 medal, averaged 94 medals. By their population size, that 1 medal averaged 91 medals. Great Britain, US, and all of them were way, way, way down the line. The value of a medal is called the alternate medal table, and it ranks by your GDP and by your population. We know we're not a large nation, but if we win that 1 medal, I am sure it will be that medal. So it's not about the medal alone, it's just getting there. Everyone is not an Olympian. Everyone cannot make the Olympics. The timings, the physicality, every single thing. They need to be celebrated. They need to be kept. And what you don't celebrate, Reverend Semple shares with us, it exits your life. You lose it. You don't want to lose these athletes, Pastor Joshua. You want to keep them. Let's celebrate them. Let's celebrate them, sorry. Let's celebrate them, Guyana.
And as we celebrate our athletes and all of our athletic prowess, I'd like to encourage our young people to embrace collaboration. You know, it's because of the nature of sports and because of the nature of competition, it's important for us to look for each other, balance off each other's strengths, and look for each other when it comes to competition. As a team, there are certain dynamics that helps you to become a more effective athlete. And I think that once we recognize, you know what, it's not just about me, it's about this community. And once the community realizes that it's not just about that athlete winning, but a win for our athletes is a win for us too. I think that once we see that aspect of collaboration and working together and this community mentality, we'll be able to grow and develop to a whole new level, you know. And I mentioned this because I just came from an exercise with young people. And when you look at the power of collaboration, collaborating with experts and also collaborating with young people just like yourself, you could transform your environment when you work as a team or when you work in a productive team. And that'll be my piece of encouragement. But congratulations, Guyana. Y'all don't worry with them medals and thing this year. The entire fact that you were able to make it and compete at a very high level, at maybe some would say the highest level of international competition, I think that you did us proud. You did us well. I'm proud as a Guyanese to celebrate with you.
I read something this morning about a young man named Parchment from Jamaica. I think he won the gold in the hurdles. I read an interesting account that on his way to the Olympic Village, well, not the village, wherever the Coliseum, where they were, they had to run, he took the wrong bus. So he was going to, if he had continued on that route, he was going to miss his event. A volunteer met him, and the volunteer gave him money. Number one, advised that he was going in the wrong direction. And number two, gave him a fare money that he could catch a taxi that would take him to the correct venue. And he did. After he won the gold, he told this to people that had it not been for this volunteer's help, and this is a foreigner, he would not have realized his dreams. So he has dedicated this gold medal to this Japanese volunteer, which speaks to this whole question of collaboration. And so that's how I read it, because it is one of those newsworthy stories. We live in a world where only bad news reaches the top. When you have inspiring news like that, information like that, it is powerful to listen to. We can celebrate it. So we want to celebrate all of our children and all of our youths, especially our Olympians. And by the way, we love your colors. This is Choices. We'll see you next week.
I'm Celicia on behalf of the set, reminding you that your whole life is the sum of your choices. God bless you.